Hello, everyone! Today, the long-awaited Commander Reset event has finally started in the game. In today's video, we'll talk about which commander is better to reset and which ones are worth upgrading with those golden heads. We've all been waiting for this event for so long, and it's finally here. Commander Reset is live in the game right now. 100 gems for one golden head. Yeah, it's not free. Yeah, you need to spend a lot of gems, but it's still the best deal in the game when it comes to golden heads. So don't even think twice about whether to spend gems or not. It's 100% worth it. But I don't recommend spending gems right now. The developers published the event schedule, and we can see that the More Than Gems event starts on January 31st, so be patient and try to get the maximum value out of it. All right, now let's quickly talk about how this event works. The idea is that we can refund the golden heads we spent on a commander. If we click here and scroll down, we can see how many I invested. 107 Huo heads and 583 universal golden heads. That's what I'll get back during this Commander Reset event. So we don't get 690 universal heads, only the ones we actually spent. Okay, I think that part is clear. The next question is, who are we resetting? Basically, a commander's relevance is defined by three things. First, the commanders we actively use right now or might realistically start using soon. This applies to open field, garrison, and rallies. Second, commanders we don't really use anymore but might still need situationally, like in Osiris or Canyon. And third, when we only need a specific skill from a commander. There are KVK formats where we can add auxiliary skills from another commander. For example, in Orleans. Sounds like a lot of points, right? And if you're not a very old player, it might feel like every commander is too valuable to reset. So I really ask you to focus mainly on the first point, and I'll try to narrow down the choices to make it easier for you. So this video doesn't turn into a 1-hour breakdown. Let's use my commander investment tier list that I made at the end of November last year, almost 2 months ago. Not much has changed since then. We just got Sun Tzu Prime. And let's say right away, we are not touching the commanders from the first 3 rows. Every single one of them is too valuable to reset, so we won't waste time on them and jump straight to the only if daily chests row. Let's go! Huo has definitely lost his relevance, and it's probably time to move on from him, but he's not the first one to reset, and many players still use him. He also has a decent second skill with 40% attack and 15% march speed. I wouldn't recommend resetting him right now, but understand this: you will have to pick someone. And if you run out of options, you can reset anyone from this list, because otherwise you get nothing, and that's definitely not worth it. I'll mark with a red cross the commanders we are not resetting. Ragnar Prime. He has a very valuable third skill that reduces enemy attack and speed. Plus, many people still use him, and who knows what plans Lilith has for skill damage in new formations. So I wouldn't recommend resetting Ragnar Prime. Scipio Prime. His skills are okay, especially the second one, but honestly, he's just too outdated now. Keeping him only for skills doesn't feel right, especially since there are many alternatives. I'd say we can say goodbye to Scipio. Again, who knows what Lilith might do with skill damage, but I really doubt it will bring Scipio back. Ragnar has more potential uses. Commanders I recommend resetting I'll mark with a green check. Joan Prime. Many people still use her, and honestly, I wouldn't want to part with her, but I really can't think of many uses except maybe as a third cavalry march. So for me, she's a reset candidate. Herman Prime. He has a pretty valuable third skill that's useful for archers. I don't think we'll use him in the field, maybe only as a third march. Mine isn't even expertised, so for me it's definitely not worth it, and I wouldn't recommend resetting him either. Nevsky. Also not really relevant for open field anymore, and even as a third cavalry march, it's questionable. But he does have a really strong third skill for cavalry. Still, you can find alternatives. I personally will keep Nevsky, but for many players he's a reset candidate. William, a commander who should have left the game many times already, yet here we are still talking about him. I personally don't even have William, and I don't plan to invest in him. But if I had him, I'd probably keep him. Interesting commander, and his second skill is pretty good. Alexander, we definitely keep him. We might start using him again soon. Attila, same story, we keep him. Still relevant, lots of uses. Belisarius Prime, we don't really use him anymore, but he can work for a third march and has a pretty valuable fourth skill for archers. Guan Yu, maybe only because of his third infantry skill, but I think if you have him, this event isn't really a problem for you. Shajar, situational commander, pretty common in Canyon, not very useful in open field. Same thing with Trojan. Ashurbanipal, still a relevant archer rally commander. I also want to mention some commanders that aren't on this list, but have very valuable skills for auxiliary skills: Takeda, Leonidas, and Edward. If you have them, I wouldn't recommend resetting them because they might still be useful. Maybe I forgot someone. Feel free to mention it in the comments. Let's summarize because I feel like I might have confused you even more. If we ignore all the really old commanders and focus on the ones most players have, like Joan, Nevsky, and Scipio, and you have to choose one, I'd say Scipio or Joan. Personally, I'd pick Scipio, but ideally, try to find someone even less useful. When choosing, remember that some skills might still be helpful as auxiliary skills. But again, you definitely should reset someone you don't need, because it's just too good value. I don't think Lilith will offer anything this good anytime soon, where we can get one golden head for 100 gems. As for who to upgrade with the heads you get, I'd first recommend Qin Shi, Sun Tzu Prime, Achilles, and Bai Qi. Sun Tzu Prime only appeared in the game today, but I've already checked out some tests and there are a lot of positive reviews about him, so you can safely invest in upgrading him. My video about him will be coming a bit later. Hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.